It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants. Coming up next.
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock Hewitt on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Dustin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And we're off from MetLife. Kickoff taken at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. They go right back to Tracy. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Here's Tracy once more. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. So now they're going to throw with Wilson. Caught by Theo Johnson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, here's Russ. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Giants will have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Receiver in motion, headed right. A handoff to Tracy. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Russ now from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Gano ready to send this away. To return, Jerome Ford. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And leading them out, going strong well over a decade now after entering the league as a first-rounder out of Delaware, it's Joe Flacco.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing off the play fake here. He's trying to push the field. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd and short.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And it'll be Giants football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Wilson on third down. Completes beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll go left side with Tracy. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 38. He sends this one to the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Wilson now from the gun. The Browns close in and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And that hit right at the 10. Somehow, though, got a wicked bounce and makes it into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They designed this off left tackle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 29. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Pass play now. Finds Judy near the sideline. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Looking for a throw here. He'll get this to Tillman. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll throw it again. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 4. That one complete to Njoku. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing it again here. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Second and 3 now. From the 27. Finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll get him down at the 7-yard line. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
They give it to him again. Launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Browns take a second quarter lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
PAT is up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns take a 4-point lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Gray now on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Russ looking to throw. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Gets this to Slayton. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Connects with Johnson. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Russ is cooking again. He finds Johnson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Sticking in the air with Wilson. This is complete to Neighbors. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get an even 10 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down, ball at the 36. Wilson to throw again. Catch is made in close. And in, touchdown, New York. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants push their lead to 3. Gano ready to send this away. Here's DeAndre Carter with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Hauled in by Njoku, left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go. Second down. Here's a throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll punt another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Giants and Russell Wilson headed back to the field now. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. First and 10 now from the 30. Now here's Russ. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. He's got a gain of 6 there. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 36. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Browns pick it up! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get some late points and the lead. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns take a 4-point lead. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Gray now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants take over now late in this first half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Wilson now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Russ now from the gun. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st down throw from Wilson. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Throwing again is Russ. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! Grant Delpit in to pick it off. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and 2 very different tones and tenors on these 2 sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
The Browns taking the field with barely any time left in this opening half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts and a little time left, too, so points very much still in play here before the half. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. Finding Judy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10 from the 41. He's going to throw this one. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. Throwing for the end zone. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. So that's halftime here in this one. The Browns on the road, but currently in front. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our third quarter. Gano ready to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Browns have the football first to start the third, and here comes their offense. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Blown back gets the handoff. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll throw it. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Back-to-back carries here. And this one doesn't go far. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Tight end in motion right. They'll try and punch it in. taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Throwing from the gun here. And he has the Cleveland touchdown! The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Gray now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Wilson now, 1st and 10. Connects with Slayton. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Russ off the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 22. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Taking the handoff, now Wilson. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And now it's 2nd down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Got it, man. Robinson has it. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing on third, Wilson. He finds Johnson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Russ is cooking again. Finds his target, Robinson. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing again, here's Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York! The Giants start the second half with some needed points. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
And now the Giants keeping the offense on the field. We've got a 2-point attempt coming up. They'll try to run it in. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return starts at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Browns and Joe Flacco coming out for their next drive. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the slant, complete to Judy. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They go play action here. He'll get this to Tillman. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking that time for Deontay Johnson. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Look into the air here. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he has the touchdown through what looks like some defensive pass interference. So I think, Brock, thinking this catch should stand. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. On is Hopkins for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Russ now from the gun. This is complete to Neighbors. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, here's Russ. Into traffic, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Here's 2nd and 2. Taken in by Bellinger. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Coming left is Tracy. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. from the 38. Gets this to Johnson. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Tracy. And he's brought down for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. He's got him. That's Tracy. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Translatable skill, traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards. Well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. Made his first one. This is a little over 40. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Ford on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Browns headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That one gains 7. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. to the well again. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Another carry for him. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. They've got first down from the 31. Option design here. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Option give here. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Man in motion, headed right. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Browns just kneeling out the clock in this victory now.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So the Browns will take this win home with them. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Browns as we say so long from New York.